my grandmother was arguing that, like, in social situations, having a drink in your hand is very important to making friends, like the social experience of having a drink. But she very much, like, stressed the alcohol thing. Like, you need to have an alcoholic drink in your hand.
Yeah, I can feel
And
that. I can get where that comes from.
I like the needing a drink in your hand, but, like, there's something. So I've been thinking a lot about body language in general for a while now because of, I mean, frankly, my desire to eventually get a date. And I am a very closed off sort of person in social situations. I have a lot of trust issues. Read my book for more details.
Turns out.
But I find myself in situations where, like, if I step back and I analyze my own body language, I am intentionally coming off as unapproachable. I cross my arms a lot. I like shrink back in chairs. I wallflower. I stand in corners.
Been there. No,
Having a drink in your hand, regardless of what type of drink that is, naturally opens up your posture. You have one hand that has to be in front of you. You have the other hand with nothing else to do. So it's going to be doing something. It might be in your pockets. It might be gesturing when you talk, but it's always going to open up your body language. And, you know, is that like a necessary thing to make friends? That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but, like, there's some science to that. Yeah, just saying you just need to hold it mostly, which is annoying.
that's actually not wrong.
Yeah. Shazubat says it's harder for me to run away if I have a drink in my hand too. Kimmy says Kyle crosses his arms, which looks up chart means he hates you. I mean, this is also like where I like the research I did into this also leads into things like when you shake someone's hand, make sure you're not using the hand you were holding your drink, because if you use the hand you were holding your drink, your hand's gonna be fucking ice cold, and no one's gonna consciously notice that, but subconsciously that will get through. So you hold your drink with your left hand, or, you know, your non-dominant hand, so you can shake your hand with your warm hand.
I have never thought about this.
I
mean, that's not bad, but I can totally see it.
Yeah, I have weird priorities. Kyle's having a hard time getting a date. Maybe it's not about him meeting people. Maybe it's just his body language. Let's just read 500 pages of information about body language. This is my life. It's also how I read a whole book about attachment theory, and that's a significant portion of my new comic. Right, but I don't think it needs to be an alcoholic drink.
We got there.
It is interesting. My one thing that came up in this whole conversation is my great-grandmother, who didn't drink, but you would never know that because she always ordered something. She would never actually drink it, but she would always have a drink with her whenever a social situation was around. And that's interesting. That's sort of what connected the dots for me. Kimmy says, the funniest thing I heard was from some body language reader who was debunking these exaggerations, like doing this posture specifically means this other thing. She said a number of things like arm crossing was like a self-soothing behavior because being in public is stressful. Yeah, I like, and keep in mind, like, the things I say about arms crossing and whatnot, it's not like, it's a soft science. There's very little definite things about this, but it's the sort of thing that I try and keep in mind just because of the specific problems I have. Shiny Zubat says, what if your hands are naturally the rough temperature of lava? The glass makes me normal temps. Well, see, that's the thing. I'd say a warm handshake is more comforting to me than a firm handshake. Thank you for coming to my Ignite talk on body language.